We're live.
And we're live. Okay. And soon, instantly, I'm going to have to leave you my phone charger. So.
Yeah. You might have to turn up the volume a little bit so we can hear them, maybe.
Can we hear you guys? Go ahead and say something.
Yeah. Can you all hear us?
Yeah. Can you hear us?
Might want to
Bear
turn it
with
up
me.
a bit. I'm
Check
hard
1
to hear.
2. Check 1 2.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
Gotcha.
Yep, I can hear you all.
Perfect. Now we can hear you too. So perfect.
What's
Perfect.
up, AKW?
Oh, now we can't see the comments.
Hey, there we go. Huh.
Yeah.
Well, look at us go. We're figuring this out.
Yeah.
Hello,
What's
Graves.
up?
No, just move your mouse, I think.
Oh yeah, move my mouse.
Oh, I see the chat on there now.
I do too.
Yeah, it took a second for me. Bear with me. Second time using StreamYard. So Fish and Triggers, how we doing, bud? So, boys, how was the Missouri convention?
It was
really
fun.
good.
It was fun.
Yeah. I got $8 left.
That's more than I
And I
had.
brought
left
100.
back from Iowa.
And I brought 150.
I think he came home with what, $5?
Yeah, I had $5 to my name. Yeah, from the Iowa.
Which was good because there's many deals left then that I could get and he couldn't.
Well, and you know what Jeff told me? He's like, "Oh, you're out of money? There's an ATM right over there." I'm like, "Why would you tell me that?"
Yeah, you know, everything that you love to do is going to cost some money. So,
Yeah.
Jason, I'm not sure when I'm going. I sent you a message today. Either tomorrow night, anytime Friday, or Saturday morning. I really don't know yet.
Killed a big buck last night. Awesome fishing triggers. Awesome. I'm jealous. Our bow season opens what?
October 1st.
10 days?
Yeah.
I think it's 10 days.
You guys doing any deer hunting this year?
Rifle hunting.
Yeah,
Alright.
that's it.
Yeah, we don't bow hunt.
No.
Bow season opened up the 15th.
Oh, yeah, I forgot they're already open.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Hey, Dad, come down here.
Oh, why would you get him in here? No, there's not going to be any room for any of you with that head.
Otter Cat, how you doing,
Hey, buddy. Friday night,
You want to
Jason?
come down here for a little bit?
It's good we both just vanished.
No, we didn't get them out.
We all doing live?
Yeah. The next gen. See?
Yeah, Iowa Trapper's hiding from you, Ruger.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, your thumb's as big as your head. How we doing, Chief?
We're doing. Just got off work.
Yeah. I hear you there.
The dreaded work.
Yeah, I took today off. I went to my very first field trip with my daughter today. I'd never gone on one, so did that, and then this afternoon went and filmed the first video of season 4. So
Otter said, "Look at that melon."
It's beautiful, ain't it, Otter? Where are you seeing it at?
Right here.
Marks, I'd love to, man, but I don't have time to make it up there. That's one of my goals, is to make it out of state trapping sometime, but my goals for now are too big, centered
Right.
around home, to be able to go anywhere for now. I will go up north beaver trapping though before it's all said and done.
First I'm
What do you want to do?
I need a big banner like that.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it.
Yeah. Orange is one of my favorite colors, too.
What's up, Jinx?
Oh, hey, Jinx. How we doing, bud?
Jinx, how you doing, buddy?
What's it worth to you, Iowa?
We're going to get into this. Start bidding on it. So when does your rifle season start for you boys?
I'm pretty sure it starts. When does it start?
I don't like that move the opposite way.
I don't either.
It messes with me. I know we got several guys at work that do a lot of rifle hunting down there. They take it like a weekend trip down there and have ground and stuff. So
I guess out of the 20 seasons, I guess which one you talking about? Like the main one?
20 seasons. Oh, the rifle season. You guys want to have one rifle season, don't you?
No, we got like youth,
We have like 2 youth seasons.
antlerless, muzzleloader,
Well, that
alternative,
would be rifle.
rifle.
But that's why I asked about the rifle season, when your rifle season starts.
It's usually like November 12th, whatever that closest Saturday would be, like November
Second.
12th.
Yeah, second or third Saturday of the month. Or, yeah,
Like right during rut.
Right.
Yeah, that's why there's a lot of big deer that get killed in the bird right because of that. That's right.
Hey, Logan, I appreciate it, buddy. I really appreciate you stopping in, bud.
Jinx, we're from Missouri.
I mean, they're all rifle seasons, except for the alternative season.
Oh, no. Oh, shoot. That's funny.
No slug guns down here, boys.
That's disappointing.
Oh, I won't use one either, ever. So.
Really?
No. I like my stick and string, man. And muzzleloader.
We'll be going early muzzleloader here in 3 weeks.
I tell you what, muzzleloader is. That is fun now.
Yeah. We're going to try and go early season, me and my boy, so we can get a couple deer killed before all heck breaks loose during trapping season.
Right.
Hey, Tina, how we doing? Joshua, yeah, they've been taking out corn right and left. We got about 2 inches of rain last night, though, which put a big hold up on them, I think. Which, I mean, is good and bad, but I just got off a roof like an hour before it started downpouring yesterday, so I was just praying that we didn't have any wind come with it, rip up those fresh shingles.
It was a little bit of wind, but it
wasn't bad.
bad.
Not like I thought it could be. So, what have you boys done to get ready for season? What's your prep done? What are you planning up? What's coming up?
We got some more traps at the convention Saturday. And then caught about every bait lure there was.
They both go to convention with $150, and Coke comes back with $3, and Austin comes back with 50.
Oh, that's way too much to be coming back with.
Yeah. If it makes you feel any better, it only gets worse as you get older. You make more and more money or steal it from your dad and then spend more and more money.
No, they picked up some pre-made pogos that was already up there,
Yep.
and they were actually on number 3 chain.
Nice.
So we're gonna play around with them a little bit.
Yeah, that's some heavy chain.
Would we figure out they was a piece?
67 cents a piece.
66. Yeah.
On chain. Wow.
Yeah, on chain, that's real cheap. That's real cheap.
I think
Hey,
when you definitely take the kids and they're spending their own money, people, a lot of the guys up there are really big-hearted.
Yeah, you'll see that a lot in the trapping community. That's one thing I love about them so much. It's just, I mean, it's one of the few places that I see kids Colt age just run around, ride on bikes and stuff, and you don't really have to worry about your kids. You know, everybody there is kind of looking out for everybody, and I wouldn't trust that at like the state fair. You know, I wouldn't leave my daughter out of my sight. But down there at trapping conventions, it's just like, I don't know, you get that feel that, everyone there's good people.
Yeah, there was 20 minutes, Colt. He was just bouncing around from booth to booth.
Yeah.
Not even, we were shooting a breeze with several different vendors, and
Right.
he was breaking out the Andrew Jacksons on about every one of them.
What?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great.
Your $20 bills about every booth you stopped at.
That's about right.
It's only money. You make more of it. So have you guys done any scouting yet or anything? Starting to find more ground?
Hopefully, maybe we can trap on the gravel road near our house. And we went through that gravel the other night and saw some pretty good trails.
Good. Dylan says, "What's your goal for catches this year?" He wants 30 coon and 2 coyotes.
Our goal is 100 raccoons. And I think it's very doable with the amount of traps we have now.
Yeah, what do we have? I have 30.
54 total, I think. Yeah.
Okay. So you got the equipment. Now you just need the ground and be able to push yourself hard enough to get there.
Yeah.
One
And
thing.
they did keep 18 of them brown.
Okay.
So that way, if we do decide to do that,
Okay. We're good.
be a little more camouflage, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't use the bright colored DP in a road ditch.
Yeah.
I had all those white ones and I dipped them all in Formula One.
Yeah, I seen you dipped them all in Formula One. Yeah. One thing I've learned, and you probably have too, is just when you think you have enough or of anything, get more if you can.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've thought so many times, like, man, I've got enough traps. Then I run out, or I've got enough ground, and that's my weakest point right now is ground. That's why I went prospecting today. So
That's right. Not any of the other words.
not any of the other words I was trying to call it. Did some prospecting because ground's my weakest point by far. So always trying to improve on what my weakest point is, and that's definitely my ground. So.
And they got quite a bit of private ground, but it's
Good.
It's spread out.
Yeah, that makes it tough.
From one end of the county to the other.
Yeah, that makes it tough.
And when Dad's fitting the gas bill,
I get it, Pops. I get it.
I mean, I don't mind, helping out as much as I can, but
yeah,
there comes a point for me, anyways.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I get that 100%, and I don't blame you one bit.
Because raising these two endless pits is expensive enough.
Are you talking hobbies or bellies?
No, I'm talking about dinner table.
That's what I was wondering. Oh shoot, that's great. Yeah, Dylan, I get it, bud. Hey, Dan, how we doing? I seen your big boat came in. That's pretty cool. Dominion, how we doing? Upset Bowl, yeah, the ground's tough, and I feel bad for people that are forced to do private ground.
Oh, I don't know if I would have the love for trapping that I do if I could only do it on private ground. I'm the math guy, the numbers guy. I want go.
Yeah.
Private ground. And private ground, too, with how our weather is, you can't get in it half the time without destroying it. It'd be a lot more of a struggle.
Yeah.
Arkansas, what's going on?
Oh, hey, Arkansas, how we doing, bud? Anthony, they're already mowing our ditches, and I got a feeling they're not going to stop until probably January.
Yeah, it's so dry here you can't mow your yard, but they'll still mow the ditches.
Yeah, out of sheer boredom, they have to
Yeah.
mow the ditches.
I seen
So
they mowed ours on the state highway coming out to the house today just now when I got off work.
Yep. Yeah, I've seen a lot of that here recently. It's just that time of year. I don't know. I think they start running out of work to do, and that's what they do. It's just mow ditches.
Is there much corn coming out?
All over the place.
Yeah, I'd
There's
say
beans coming out too.
Yeah, we got a lot of beans coming out too. I mean, not a lot. They're probably 5 to 10% harvested, but you give it if it wasn't wet this week, I'll bet by the end of the week you'd be 30%.
Wow.
I mean, it's everywhere. Big fields too.
Mm-hmm.
So
they're kind of just starting to kind of dabble around here, shelling corn.
Yeah.
Well, our guys are the big guys right now. The ones that are taking it out are the ones with the drying bins, because that corn's like 25-30% moisture still.
Yeah.
So you have to have the drying bins to dry it. But there's a lot of big guys around here that run a lot of ground, and they have to start now or they'd never get done.
Right.
Yeah,
they're the ones sucking the propane right now.
Probably. Arkansas, I seen Boxy went live with that last night or night before, but I couldn't get on there. Dylan, if road trapping was legal in Illinois, you guys would have it made because you guys are set up just like we are.
Yeah. Be a great state to road trap. Other than the fact that they plant to the pavement.
Yeah.
Other than that, yeah, it'd be pretty great.
That's kind of weird, in the Midwest. You don't have to go very far to, for your terrain to change totally and your road layouts and everything.
Yep, we run into that. If you go where his home base is to my home base, hour and a half away, polar opposites. And then you go.
I'll go ahead.
If you another hour and a half north of him, I'd be lost. Like, it's just barren corn.
If you're not trapping the water up there, you ain't trapping much.
Right.
Unless you're a coyote trapper.
Yeah, it's crazy. It varies so much.
And like 30 miles south of us, I mean, almost every gravel road is probably set up on a section. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's ridiculous how it changes. And that's what I ran into today when I was doing a little prospecting. It went from corn and timber, beautiful ground, just like I want. I want to follow this, to all of a sudden we're in pasture ground and no trees. And it was like a 2-mile stretch of that's how it just changed in that amount of time. And it's just crazy. It's really weird.
Yeah. I get a lot of spots too that it looks like crops on the map, and then you go drive it, and when all those big CRP contracts were coming in, they all put it in CRP. But you'll still catch coon out of that stuff, but not if there was corn over there coming across. One of my best stretches of road's been in CRP for 7 years now, so it's probably got 3 years left, and then it'll be ready to get coons killed on it again.
I'm in western Iowa. You can get 30 miles one way and be in big hills of Iowa. Then you go 30 miles the other way and it's flat, nothing but fields. Yeah, Upset Bowl. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, you get onto those bluffs along the Missouri River, and yeah, it's crazy. So, bros, did you guys watch any demos or anything at the convention?
No, we left before a lot of them started.
I gotcha.
They were all like 1 or 2.
But the only thing they was skinning they was buried to skin a bobcat.
Yeah.
But there wasn't a whole lot of Saturday morning and midday. There wasn't a whole lot of demos going on.
Really?
Yeah, it was kind of like we was talking about on the way home. It'd been nice for the kids to be able to go down to the edge of the woods or something, and it'd be really cool is if a lot of the kids was there Friday and actually set traps down there along the timber and different things, and then actually could leave them. And then those same kids come back Saturday.
Yeah,
I thought that would be pretty cool, you know, but
would be. Yeah. Yeah, that would be pretty neat. That's great. I figured they'd have more demos than that down there.
they had like the fastest 330 settings for men. I mean,
Oh yeah,
it was more of that kind of stuff going on.
gotcha.
Yeah. I wish they had an endurance like 220 setting, like set 40 of them.
That's what I said.
That's what I'd like to do.
Yeah, we here in Iowa they got the same thing, and they set it. What was it? 3 seconds flat to set a
For a
330.
330, yeah.
I mean, just
But on the trap line, you can't even do it how they were doing it. That's why to me it's like,
yeah,
do it with a big beaver in it.
right. Oh, you did one on Friday, Jinx? That's cool.
Yeah, you did. I watched part of that video actually. I seen it earlier today.
Arkansas. Anyone going to make the United Kentucky? No, but I've been trying to be in contact with the Kentucky president. We played phone tag for a couple days here. I got a few things I want to talk to him about, and I think he's kind of curious about this YouTube thing, the ITA starting, and I want to talk to him about it. Maybe that's something that they'll try down there eventually. Ty, how are you doing, buddy?
It's gonna have a snowball effect. If someone else is already asking about it, it's gonna have a snowball effect pretty quick.
Hopefully. So, when are you guys gonna actually start trapping then?
I'm not playing any sports this year, so I'm hoping to get trapping as soon as season opens up.
Gotcha.
It'll probably be like the 3rd week of November.
Oh, okay. Okay. So yeah, about Thanksgiving ish.
Right. Yeah. Because then they got time off school.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of a little bit tougher with, kids. Why, they're going to school. You know how that is.
Right. Right. Oh yeah. So I gotta ask, what did you learn from Bruce Rhodes talking to him?
Well, we can't really say here with. No.
Oh boy. No, he's really very, very knowledgeable man. He knows a lot about trapping, more than he leads on.
What did you guys learn?
Oh, he was talking to us about the Bloomfield event and his YouTube channel and just different stuff like that.
He didn't get on any talking of coyotes or trapping at all.
Yeah, he was telling us about how he's doing a job right now where these coyotes are eating sheep or killing sheep, and then he said he's trying to trap that coyote.
Yeah, he does a lot of ADC work around here. A lot of ADC work.
Yeah, he said his phone was blowing up all morning long of calls.
Yeah.
It is every time you're around him, though. He's always getting phone calls.
And I guess me just being an old silly country boy, I don't understand somebody paying to have an animal or animals removed. That kind of baffles me.
It happens a lot more than you'd think.
Yeah. Like he was telling us with a possum, you got to put some gloves on, make it look difficult, go in there.
Yeah. No, he gets everything from, which I've had that before too. I had a lady call me this spring. She had a coon pup stuck in a window well, and that was as simple as reaching in there and grabbing it. But a lot of people just, are so uneducated on stuff anymore, and that's the big problem. It's too bad. But, it makes him good money. Plus, with that coyote job like he's talking about, that's something that not the average person could probably do too. Catching that one coyote that's killing your sheep every day. Unless you're sitting out there with a thermal or something every night, that's an art to catch that sucker. Ty, I am not going to Illinois, buddy. My last convention's in Nebraska this weekend, and then I am done with conventions for the year. My wife will be happy.
Yeah.
No, Dan, you are definitely correct on that one.
Ruger, you need to make your own channel.
No, thank you. With what, my flip phone?
Well, your boys are here, otherwise I'd say something, but
They would have to do. I mean, they would have to do almost all of it for me. I could put on, I think, pretty good content, but yeah, the techie stuff like this right here, it's kind of weird to me. But
I get it. This is new for me too. This StreamYard thing's a little different.
Yeah, I don't even know how to do this.
Wow, I'm impressed by myself. Then I figured something out that he didn't know how to do.
Yeah, Otter. We were talking about how ADC work and fur trapping is just completely different with Bruce.
It really is. So, with that man, he knows a lot more than he leads on to. You get him really talking, he'll start talking about his state hopping trips and stuff he's done in the past, and
Yeah,
he's definitely an awesome trapper.
Mm-hmm. Hard guy to get away from.
Yeah, you get him talking, he might be there for a little bit.
yeah, a good solid 20 minutes. We were probably talking to him.
Oh heck, what were you, hour and a half?
I talked to him the other day for about an hour and a half. I went in there, I was like, all right, 30 minutes. And it ended up being an hour and a half. Worth every single minute, though.
Dylan, what's going to be your first convention? I must have missed that, buddy. Is that the Nebraska you're going to be at?
I think they're talking
I
about
think he's talking about.
Illinois.
Illinois?
I think that's what he's talking about.
Nah, that's too bad.
Illinois' first. It's in October, ain't it? Is that right?
I don't know.
I swore it was in October because that was the reason I could never go to it. It was bow season.
Yeah. Not sure when theirs are. Yeah, better go get my phone charger. I'll be back. She's going to die on us.
We don't need that.
Arkansas looks like you got a pretty good deal going on there with that customer.
Catch beaver, then turn it around and buy some clean vacuums. Wow. Yeah, I got a market this year for my beaver meat to a guy who wants them for bear bait. Every single one. It's the 3rd or 4th, Dylan. Are you sure? Yeah, 6th and 7th. That sounds more right. Thank you, Ty. That sounds better. Only I could talk more. Yeah, Arkansas. Have you ever had them? I've never had beaver meat. Have you boys ever had beaver meat?
No.
Yeah.
From what it looks like, I've seen someone eat it before. It looks like pretty good meat.
Yeah, it looks really good. I want to try it.
I've watched Flair eat it before.
Yeah. Oh, that guy eats everything. Anything you can hardly he'll eat it.
I mean, just to be flat honest, I've never really played in the water with traps. I always played in the dirt. So water trapping is a whole new ball game for me.
Yeah, that's kind of like Iowa Trapper. You guys are similar.
I think those fat round boys need to stay on the dirt, I think.
Something like that, I guess. I don't know. I like being in the water. It's just last couple of years we haven't hardly had any water.
Looks like you guys were getting a pretty good shower. I think the other day there, I seen you had a short there.
Yeah, yesterday it ranged on my trap line. I got certain rain stations set up on an app on my phone, but it ranged from like an inch to 1.4 inches throughout my trap line. And I checked all the river gauges and none of them even moved. So that rain went right into the ground.
All right.
So kind of sucks, but we need some rain just to soften up the road ditches. They're rock hard right now.
If you want to drive a steak, it'd be hard.
Yeah, them boys are going to be buff, ain't they? About
Mhm.
22-inch biceps setting all them pogos.
That was me last year on opening day of pre-staking. I think I pre-staked 270 traps, and I had to hammer in probably 80% of them with a mini sledgehammer. I broke my driver, broke my hammer. It was a rough day. Rough day.
Didn't smash your thumb, did you?
I don't remember. I cut my hand somewhere because I broke the welds on my driver and I got my hand pinched in there the one time. I cut my hand somewhere doing that. I don't remember where it was. I get so many cuts on my hand. You're probably the same. I get so many cuts on my hands trapping. You get home and you're like, oh, wow.
The worst is the cracking.
Oh,
They get
it's really
dry
bad.
when you're in the water at all.
I got this. It's like working hands, hand moisturizer. It actually works pretty good. You'd be surprised. For
Hand
moisturizing your hands, that's what it's used for. You put it on your hands. Yeah.
So he's gonna basically come out with his own.
His wife's.
I don't use any because I like to call myself a man, but
Huh. Yeah, but you're not also in and out of the water near as much as I am.
I know
Probably.
I'm just giving you crap.
That's fine. I deserve it. I deserve it. Does it say 1,500 on that? Oh, 6,400. That's a lot of coon you're going for there. Is that what that says?
Yeah, right. Thanks. Dan, I'm gonna eat more of that next year.
Where you all at? I don't even know who said that.
Dan did. Yeah, it is, Jenks. It really is. I actually bought a pair of gauntlets this year. It's going to be kind of interesting. I bet I'll probably either lose them or rip them in 2 days. But...
Still forgot my charger.
What?
I
The whole reason why you got up in the first place.
AutoCAD, I'd agree with you, but I think we ought to team up more on Iowa than next gen.
Ottercat, we don't need to start beef with me now, okay?
Yeah, you do.
No, we don't.
Of me.
No, we don't. No.
I'm still mad at him from the Nationals.
Who?
Otter.
Oh.
I guess as long as we're good at next gen, as long as we're not doing the winky faces, right?
Yeah, exactly. I don't need. You have no idea how the second that I was feeling disturbed by that, just everyone started blowing up my phone. Man. You guys ever used the no BS beaver traps? JR, I haven't. My personal opinion, I would use them. I mean, I know a lot of guys that catch a lot of beaver with them, but the 4-coil to me is unnecessary. I think it's too much, and I know that they're hard to set because I've set them before compared to a TS85. And the jaw spread, I want to say it's an inch or an inch and a quarter smaller than an 85. So I wouldn't be opposed to using them, but I personally think my personal opinion is the 85 is going to be the best bet for me. That's just what I always use. That's what I'm best with. I know you're probably the same way, aren't you?
Yeah. I definitely TS85 all the way.
Hey, Mom, how are you? I was #1 fan.
Hey,
Lori.
How we doing? Well, someone's got to appreciate me. I know he don't.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, Dan, they're 7 1/4. So they are an inch and a quarter smaller on the jaw spread.
I just about messed up real bad. I was uploading my video to the ITA page. I got too much going on now, trying to keep them both separate. Woo,
If you guys use a professional camera for videos, GoPro and still can't record deer hunts. Arkansas, I used a GoPro. I personally won't film my deer hunts though. That's just kind of a personal choice. I used a GoPro for everything else. I feel like it's the only camera that will actually survive my trap line. I really do. I feel like anything else would be broken or in a creek and destroyed in an hour.
Yep. However, I would say if you're doing deer hunts, I don't want something better than a GoPro because they have really no zoom to them.
No, you definitely have to have something to zoom. Yeah.
So if you're, I mean, honestly, if you're 30 feet away, you're gonna not see that picture real well. Like clarity's good, but it's just so far out.
Yeah.
Versus if you were to, I don't know, the first camera I had, I wish I didn't break it because that sucker would zoom, and that was nice. But it was an actual handheld camcorder with a lever on top for zooming in and out. That made it tough.
Jeff, that's awesome. That'd be a perfect time to do some educating.
Just educate some kids on trapping today. That's awesome, Jeff.
That is awesome. I'll be doing that in Bloomfield in 3 weeks.
Opening day of pre-staking.
4 weeks, yeah.
Will you wear
Hey.
a bag over your head and just cut little holes so you can see out of?
At least a bag will fit me.
Well, that's true. Maybe a plastic bag.
You're going to have to go into the super sacks that we used to buy dog food in, 2,500 pounds at a time. Yeah, things are getting real bad here.
Coke, you're awful quiet, bud.
You probably need a trash bag for your head.
Trash bag.
Oh, I love it.
How many gallon?
13 gallon.
100 gallon.
Wow.
100 gallon.
All of you right in the heart.
Oh,
Maybe not that much.
well, it can't hit you in the head. It won't do anything.
Well, that's true.
My head.
No.
I always tell them if they're going to be dumb, they got to be tough.
His head
I'm
ain't
a
in
miracle I
the,
survived.
his head ain't in the camera because the reflection off his big shiny bald head might give you a sunburn.
That's already putting a big glare on the trapping part above your head.
Well, we got like 150 watt light bulb right above our head.
Yeah, I get Arkansas. Yeah, whether you're like making it public or not, I'd get something better than the GoPro.
Yeah.
The GoPros are awesome. They're cheap. I mean, I was looking at them today because I'm looking at buying one or two for some people that are going to be filming for us, and you can get GoPro 8 brand new still for like $200.
Mm-hmm.
So they're great for what we're doing up close. But as far as, if you want to see that deer come in from 60 yards away, you need something better.
We have the GoPro 8.
Yep. How you boys like it?
I like it. I really like it, I think.
Yeah, I'm just ready to try it out this trapping season. See how it works.
I like mine a lot.
That's what my spare one is the 8.
I just like to make up some like how you have, Iowa.
Yeah.
Where you can just shove it in the ground.
Yeah, I literally took a piece of rebar and attached it to this weird little mount that it has and zip tied it to it. So hunting stuff. How we doing, bud?
Dad, yesterday I was off work, so Dad and I, we kind of experimented with a puller for pogos, and I was actually pretty impressed on how it turned out.
Yeah, you get some good leverage on a puller, and I won't pull one by hand anymore. When I was his age, I was, dumb, and I tried pulling them by hand, and I mean, it killed my back and my legs, and it seems like when they'd pop out, they'd really pop out, and then you'd go flying down a hill. And
I have that with 220s all the time. I always pull them by hand. And if they're on a steep incline, I'm standing there like this, pulling, and then whoop.
Yeah, and there you go.
Yeah, it's never fun. Pulling traps just sucks. It don't matter what you got.
Right.
It sucks.
Not this one, Gavin. Maybe the next one, bud. This is just for the trapping bros. Yeah, Dan, and that's why I want the 8 or better. I don't know much about the newer GoPros. 8's all I've really ever had is a couple of them, and the stabilization feature is great. I don't know what more I'd need out of a camera personally.
I got the 11, and I love it because it's got the screen. The only reason I didn't like the 8 is there's no way to see what your camera's actually showing you.
Right.
If you're looking at your camera. Well, this 11 that I got has got a little screen next to the lens. So when I got it set up, like when I was beaver trapping, I could see if I was in the frame or not. So that's one of my favorite, which I believe the 10 has that too.
Right.
if I remember right. But I really love having that screen on there. And I feel like the 11 holds battery a little bit better too. I've yet to test it in the cold though.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll get zapped regardless.
Yeah.
Doing good now, stuff. Uploading today's video for my 4th season, episode 1, which is crazy that I've been doing it for 4 years now. Oh, it does have the same feature, Dominion? Oh, perfect. Thank you.
As well.
Oh, no. I'd be nervous,
Yeah.
Arkansas. I'd be very, very nervous with that. 1.25 pogos. Ugh. I don't trust them here, and we don't have the goop that you do.
Oh, I wouldn't. There's a lot of guys that use them and a lot of guys that love them, but like even in our soft road ditches, I really feel like they could pull them right out. I've had them pull 2 inches right out. Normally they'll get tangled up somewhere, but I've looked at those 1.25. I mean, they don't even look like they're 1.25 inches. They're tiny little washers.
Yeah.
Have you noticed on, like, when your J hooks go through your washers? I don't know if it was some bad quality control, but it seemed like the flare on your J hook, I wished it was a little bit tighter. You know what I'm trying to say, around your J hook? Because it looked like maybe the weak link would be
Right.
pulling through the center of the washer.
I think I know what you're talking about, and I've seen someone I'm putting together where it looks like, man, that could almost come through, but
It doesn't.
no, I think I've pulled maybe 2 out, and that's through frozen ground.
Right.
Matter of fact, I'll actually generally, if they come out, I'll bend that washer in half and still pull it, even when it barely looks like it's attached. Hey, thanks, Lori. JR, for me, editing consists of I watch the video and cut out the road signs if my pew pew got thrown in there somewhere. Just things like that. You know, and then I always start the camera early a lot of the times, just in case I do have something cool or unique. So I just kind of cut out some of the dead stuff. But basically, if it's a 30-minute video I'm posting, it probably takes me 45 minutes to an hour. So nothing crazy, but I don't get fancy with it. I mean, I throw my intro on the beginning and send it. So
You're still fancier than I am with it, though. I get out of the truck, film exactly what I need to film, shut it off, get back in. There's a lot of times last year where I was getting worried when I first started really posting videos. I'm like, man, I haven't even watched any of these myself. I need to see what I'm saying.
wow.
It turned out all right.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Thanks, Pest Hunter.
I like how you can make those comments bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't blame you, Arkansas. I would definitely probably recommend the 2-inch for you down there, especially.
Yeah.
I like the better tapping bars. I guess I don't know what you're talking about, Pest Hunter. Better tapping bars.
I don't know either.
I think you meant to say I like the banner Trappin bros, maybe.
Ah, gotcha.
So I wonder,
Yeah,
you guys in the chat, can you guys see?
Yeah, they can.
Really?
Yep, this is how Reef Robert.
Yeah, you guys are pros.
Can you see us now?
We can see you. It's just like you're sitting there constipated, not moving.
Still?
Maybe try turning your camera off and turning it back on, maybe.
Yeah, like I know how to do that.
If we try and do that, the whole thing's gone. I mean, it's history.
Yeah, I don't even know how to do that.
We'll see on mine, it just says like camera, microphone, and chat. And there's more. Yep, you got it.
How about now?
Y'all are still froze, but
Hey, I think we can all. Can we all hear him?
Still froze?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how to fix it, guys. No, my signal's low. I had trouble with StreamYard before when I did this.
We can hear you. That's the most important part, I guess.
Yeah, you're probably right. If that's even important. Weird.
I don't know why. Did your hotspot run out? Do you want to switch to mine or?
Then try it. I should have just got mine. Hold on, we're gonna try something.
Make sure it's on. Weren't we on mine last time?
Yeah. We got your hotspot on here.
AutoCAD, I do agree with you. You figured a massive demo master would have that figured out, wouldn't you, AutoCAD?
I'm gonna end this.
Pulling up mine.
I don't know.
There
Like
it
a
is.
popsicle.
There you go.
There.
Oh, sweet. Sweet.
Hey, perfect.
Good job, Next Gen, for figuring that out, because I know it wasn't Iowa.
No, it was
No.
kind of just a shot in the dark.
Next Gen, you did a good job, buddy.
Thank you.
Iowa, you need to learn.
You need a bigger doorway for that head because it's getting bigger.
He finally found a bucket hat that fits him.
I do. I got several hats that
It's
fit.
called a 55-gallon barrel.
Got to. He's got a deer hunting hat that fits him and like a bucket hat.
Uh-oh. No, we're trying that. This remark's new to me. I had it last time. It wouldn't. It just kept buffering and stuff, and we had issues with it. Did find out if I leave this, people can still keep talking on my channel when I'm not here. Found that out before.
Yeah,
All right, how we doing, buddy?
Hollywood ain't getting it today.
He figured it out.
I'm not Hollywood.
Yes, you are.
Oh.
Locating coon shows. I'm in Central.
Get that sucker big. There we go. Central Minnesota. I know they're here.
I get it, JR. It is early. Finding trails is still early. Even for the Trappin bros down there, it's still early. So give us some time. It'll get figured out.
Yeah. Another 2 weeks and it'll be drastically different than it is now.
Oh, yeah. And then another 2 weeks, it'll change that much more.
Or we could get a frost tomorrow and then the trails would start popping within a week of that. I mean, you just never know.
Backwoods, what's going on?
Lori, yeah, I'm sure he would. He'd probably treat him a little better. I know him. Uh-oh, now it's a slideshow.
Sideshow. There's no L.
Oh, sorry. Reading was my strong point.
It's fine.
Northern Trapper, how we doing, bud? So, boys, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for season?
Probably a 9.
9.5.
9.5.
Really? I'm at like a 9 billion.
Austin, I have trouble reading you because you're so monotone with everything. You don't seem like, how excited are you? 9. You just, you get to see a smile a little bit here. Come on. The
And
minions
30
out.
degrees cooler, Dad'll be jacked up for it.
Right. Yeah. The temperature really is what helps me a lot too.
It's the days getting shorter for me even more than the temperature. That
Yeah.
like I think I told you this, and I woke up yesterday When my truck broke down yesterday, I woke up at 6 to go look at creeks, and it was still dark for like 45 minutes. I'm like, man, it's getting close now.
Right.
Because normally, I think it's set day. If you get out there and you're sitting there, the sun's just starting to come up, or it just came up when you're sitting there ready to set.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Taking a break from taking for a week or two. Edward, how we doing? Yeah, Northern Trapper. Yeah, for him it's daylight getting shorter. For me, it's the temperature. It's always the temperature for me. I don't know why.
Yeah, I think too. Just seeing that, I run a lot of trail cameras, and I get a lot of pictures of raccoons, and I can see when their hair's starting to go from extremely ugly all summer. You can kind of tell when they're starting to fill it back out again.
Oh, I got you backwoods. That makes sense now. Sorry.
Once the trails start popping, it's over. Like you said, the second I start looking, I'm done.
Yeah. Then you're in trouble.
I don't think I've asked you this before, but how many traps do y'all have? Like dog purse? How many dog purse do y'all have a piece?
Where you at now?
560 something.
Ooh, we're gonna be close.
Am I gonna have to buy another dozen?
We're gonna be real close because I think I had 535 and I got about 3 dozen.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be real close.
I have about 560 DPs, like 280 220s, I think.
My number's fudged because that was last year's number. I had probably 30 or 40 disappear. So yeah, I'm probably sitting around 550. More than I should.
You want to know what's so bad? We were talking about this earlier too. Last year, I think I was sitting at like 350 dog proofs, and I was at the Iowa convention. There was a great deal, and I was like, man, I do not need any more dog proofs. I was hell bent not to buy any more, and this year I'd turn around and buy like 100 some more. It's terrible. It's terrible.
You sound like Cole.
Oh, I'm terrible. And I looked at it as, well, I can buy 10 dozen more, and I can get everything pre-staked that I want for the entire month of November. That's going to save me a lot of time and energy. I found out last year energy is a big thing, and you got to save as much as you can.
Right. Yeah, that he spent some money last year. I know that. Most I've ever dumped into it, I think, was like $6,800. That was my big spending year, and oof.
I don't think I spent that much this year because I didn't buy any beaver traps this year.
That would probably almost finish that basement, wouldn't it?
Not even scratch its rear end, Rigger. Not even close.
Poor old Mrs. Iowa.
I told her any night she wants to go down there and work on it with me, let's do it. And she hasn't done it yet. So, you know what?
Well, you're out in the shop. That's probably why.
No, I'm not in the shop at all until after she goes to bed every night. Every single night. Ottercat, I'm not sure when I'm going to meet his fiance.
No. Jeez. He said fiance. I'm like, who are you talking? I'm like, oh, no. None of that. Not years to come from now.
Yeah, I said that too.
Yeah, but you know me, and I'm very hell-bent on having this season of giving it absolutely everything.
Yeah, I had that too.
And get it over with early, and then you'll be still a young man, kids out of the house, and you can still go wide open.
I really got a feeling my entire body by about age 40 is going to be totally smoked.
I was going to say, does he still have the wife, or?
Yeah.
Well, then he's not going to have time to go wild.
Oh, I'm glad you guys are planning this out for me.
Yeah.
I was getting stressed out about it.
I mean, wild on the trap line.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
What's up, Tony?
My girlfriend's ridden with me a couple times.
Can't find any cans. I'm looking at it. Oh yeah, it's probably pretty low, Jeff. Probably pretty low. JR, I would say both of us are probably I don't know. I mean, I run probably 70% dog proofs, but there are a lot of 220s. He runs a lot more footholds.
Yeah, especially this year. And I run a lot of 220 boxes too. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to run a lot of footholds this year. But as far as on dry land, I won't set a foothold on dry land. I won't do it. For me, it's about speed and efficiency. And the fact is, a dog proof is faster than a blind set, especially on remake time.
Right.
Next gen, I was pretty impressed with your new 220 boxes. Them look pretty sharp.
I'll tell you what, they're heavy too. I really like them. I was going to make them 18 inches because I would have been able to make like 50 more. But I ended up going with the 24. So I feel like that's going to detour a lot of the reaching in part too. But yeah, I mean, three-quarter inch. Was it three-quarter? Yeah, three-quarter inch OSB. Or not OSB, plywood. I mean, they're stout. They are. If a coon breaks that box, that might actually be the 40-pound raccoon everyone talks about. Heck, I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I like them. And the best thing is what he told me works really well. Use a hand chisel and a hammer to notch those out. It worked awesome.
So, I mean, you would think that they were going to hold together. They should hold together pretty good. I guess weather would probably be its worst enemy.
It is. That's why I went with plywood, because I know there's guys with OSB that'll talk about they'll weather down a lot quicker. But go ahead.
Wonder if the off season, if you couldn't get an orchard sprayer with some like water type sealer and just give them a good quick treat on the outside.
I'm sure
that would help prolong them.
Yeah, I'm sure you could. For me, I'm not as worried about it because a lot of my boxes are going underneath of the bridge. None of them are really getting direct precipitation on them for the most part. Yeah. What did Ty say? To use any buckets? Ty, I've used buckets, but the reason I run boxes is because I make them heavy so I don't have to stake them in frozen ground. Because my opinion, if the ground's thawed out, I'm running dog proofs. But if the ground is frozen, then I'm running those boxes because I hate pounding stakes into frozen ground. I hate it. That's why I made these boxes as heavy as I did, so I don't have to stake them down. And you need to get more into box trapping.
I do. I got to find the ground to do it, though. Like I said, that's my weakest link.
Start driving.
You ask your lady to marry you.
What?
Ottercat, you got a good one.
She helped me vacuum. She has a bobcat hides in the kitchen. That's fair. It's fair. that'd be a pretty convincing deal there. See, I got to be careful because I know my girlfriend's family's probably going to watch this. I have to be careful.
Yeah, you said that last time too, and then you made a couple very inappropriate jokes.
Me? I would never.
Yeah.
I would never.
Yeah.
No, and I definitely didn't contribute to any of the NTA videos not being able to be published.
Right. Oh, shoot. So I'm excited for you guys. I'm really hoping you guys hit this 100 coon goal. Just be prepared to really work hard at it. How close is the, because it's mostly your grandparents' ground you're trapping, correct?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. How far is that away from home, Pops?
20 miles, I think.
Not right on it. Well, we live on it, on the place.
Oh, okay. So you're trapping the whole place then.
Yeah, the farthest walk is to the Ranger and take off right behind the house and all the way around.
Okay. I think we talked about this a little bit before, but how many acres is that?
Just shy of 640.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Okay.
geez.
Yeah, you could definitely take some coon off that for sure.
And it's got a major water system, not a major, but a pretty big water system that borders the whole place on the west and southwest end.
Is that the one that you talk about that fluctuates so much?
Oh yeah, it depends on when they're releasing water out of a specific reservoir. It could raise 8 or 9 foot overnight, and then
Yeah.
right back down.
That's almost impossible to trap that water. High banks.
Unless you can become friends with whoever's running the reservoir.
Yeah, I mean, you're exactly right. It is super straight up and down high banks. I mean, it's, yeah.
Well, I mean, I would be sitting on top, though, on the very top where that bank comes up and curls. Right up here, there's going to be awesome coon trails for you boys set on.
Yeah.
And I would load little suckers with dog proofs.
Mm-hmm.
And there's 2 smaller creek, just kind of drainage creeks, small ones that go into the river.
Right. I bet you could, over the season, you probably pull 50 coon just off of that.
I think, well, their population, I don't know
Yeah,
what
I
it
don't
is
know.
compared to ours, but like to give you guys a little bit of perspective. So I got in 17 acres of timber, and I didn't go in the timber in my area, actually right behind my house. 17 acres, I went around it. I caught 52 coon just around that. That was my summer line, if you guys saw that at all. So with that much ground, you guys can probably kill a lot of coon for sure. Especially with cricks and stuff, because I wasn't even around any cricks. I was just around the pond.
Tony, we do have some den trees on our farm.
I bet you have more than you think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, years ago, I used to run coon hounds, and I could tell you a lot of the den trees that are still there.
I think what you boys need to do is for Christmas, ask your dad for a thermal.
He wants one too.
Maybe a little pricey.
Oh, there you go. Each one of you get one.
Hey, I get one when you can have 3.
Yeah. They'll make you a heck of a deal. Instead of $3,000 a piece, you buy 3 for $10,000. Be a perfect deal.
And I know 2 addresses that you can send the bill to.
Oh shit, he does have my address.
Buy one, get 2 at full price.
Yeah, right.
It would be interesting to ease down in the bottoms, during the night and just kind of see what is laying up along all. I mean, because it's about a mile of river.
Oh man.
Wow.
That's timber right along the river, and then of course 20 yards wide of timber all along the river, and then fields, and then there is a lot of it. Then it turns into more of a bluff. But
a coon's rolled down a straight on the bank and it rolled into the river.
Yeah. It's kind of a unique place. It's kind of got a little bit of very blessed to have the to hunt it and fish it and everything.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of everything.
That'd be cool. Yeah, Michael, I agree. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But it does sound like you guys are in a perfect area.
Yeah. It's a bummer that fluctuates so much. A mile of river, man. I'm jealous of that.
I'm trying to think who it was in Iowa. That's all they did was trap the river. A Phillips or a Phelps. But I don't know. He caught well into the thousands, and all he did was he'd trap like a mile or two a river, hop out, jump in again, mile or two a river, and hop out and jump up again. I cannot think of who he was, though. And then you got that one buddy of yours that we're talking to at Central City.
He's a river trapper too. If there's enough water, he will.
You know what's kind of odd is, I mean, I've been on this place my whole entire life, and very, very, very little beaver sign. Out of all the years I've been out here, seen very, very little beaver sign. It's you would think they would be somewhere.
Right. Well,
just because there's no sign doesn't mean that they
I was
aren't
going to
there.
say that. Yeah,
Well, that's true.
I mean, probably half the creeks that I caught beaver out of this. Well, he knows more about beaver than I do, but half the creeks there's no sign, no chewings, no nothing, nada. But I said it anyway.
Yeah.
So,
especially when I first set stuff out pretty early, there's nothing.
Yeah.
Unless there's a big dam, there's no sign. Now you get to the latter part of the season, if you're going to creeks and they aren't tore up, then there's probably a problem. Either that or the beavers haven't gone through there yet, and you need to get your stuff in there. But I also think that there's certain sections of each system that are better for them to live in, and certain sections that all they do is travel. And I think they have certain spots that they just feed. I don't know. I can't talk to a beaver, but I definitely think there's something to it, because I have certain bridges on a creek. I'll catch 6 or 7 at one. The next bridge, I won't catch any, and it looks exactly the same. But I think there's got to be something in between there. I don't know what it is.
I would almost look at it as like rural Iowa. You have a town where they're concentrated, and you got a highway that goes to the next one.
Yep.
You stumble across the bridge where there's a town. Yeah, that's where you can catch 5, 6 of them. They're denning there somewhere. And then maybe the 2 bridges down, all they're doing is traveling from one area to another. My thoughts on it. I mean, I could be completely wrong, but
I think a lot of it changes with crop rotation too, because they love corn, man, oh man.
I saw some of that today in the few creeks that we got. A couple corn stalks floating downstream. Edward, tell them hi for me, buddy. Hope everything's going well for you, man. I'm sorry to hear about some health issues, bud. Oh yeah, Otter. I get that, but like here, all it is corn, and if they're cutting corn down, it's beaver.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen muskrat trails going from ponds to corn, but never cutting down stalks, I guess.
I don't know if they could.
I bet they could if they wanted to.
I don't know if they could haul it back.
Oh, I know they wouldn't. They'd have to eat it there.
The thing with coons, they don't break the stalk. They just bend it over and eat it.
Yeah. And it might break when they do it, but they're not hauling it somewhere. It's funny how, like here in Iowa, you got timber and here's a road, and if this is corn down here, you can see that trail coming into corn, and there'll be a bare spot the size of this room or bigger. Sometimes the size of my house have just gone. Nothing. It's pretty awesome.
Melon left.
Who left, bud?
Melon
left.
Oh, Melon. Oh, I know who that is. He didn't even say bye. What a jerk. Yeah, take care, Edward.
Major winter food for that.
I'm in high school now.
You what?
I'm in high school now. It's a lot different than junior high.
Yeah, it is, buddy. Yeah, it's crazy, man. I'm not trying to scare you boys, but I'll tell you what, enjoy school while you can, because when I was young, so many people said, I can't wait to be done with school. Can't wait to be done. Well, guess what? When you're done, that's when life kicks in, and then you got bills and jobs. And I mean, I know you guys work around the house and do plenty of work now, but it just gets worse. So enjoy it.
People tell me that'll be the easiest thing you do in your life.
School?
It
is. It really is. And I know a lot of people struggle with school and like it bugs them a lot, but I'll promise you that it probably will be the easiest thing you do in your life, because it just gets harder as you get older. But yeah, I'll bet high school's a little change for you, bud.
Yeah.
Which I'm in 4th grade, which is
How's that going?
good.
Then I got my permit last month.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah. I think I said that already. You said I had to stay off the roads or something. You had to stay off.
I didn't say that. Other people in the chat were. I didn't say that.
Oh, I thought that was you.
I don't think so. Maybe. I can't deny that 100%.
Lily pads, really?
Yeah, Dan, we don't have lily pads here hardly at all. Maybe a few ponds.
A few ponds, but they were more than likely planted in there.
Right.
And to me, I think they're probably an invasive species if that was the case. So that's also another interesting thing.
Right.
But down there, I mean, you guys' water doesn't freeze either, so it makes sense why they'd eat those lily pads.
Yeah, we don't have any lily pads around here. I don't think I've ever seen lily pads around here.
So that 640 that you guys got, is that mostly corn or beans or what is it?
So
Everything.
there's 2 fields in front of our house. That's in corn this year, and then the rest of the fields on our farm are beans.
Okay.
Mostly beans.
Yeah, so mostly beans. I think there's 6 fields in beans and 2 in corn.
Okay. So I'd call it probably your off year for your farm then.
Yeah.
But that's all right. You know, if you've got timber next to those beans and you got corn across the road, I'd be finding those trails because they're going to come to that corn.
Mm-hmm.
Any draw or little finger, they're going to come to it.
I say we get 40-50 off of the farm. That's my guess.
We should take guesses on this. So are you guys going to trap the farm the whole season, or what's your plan?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll definitely trap the farm the whole season, and then try to do some more trapping some other places. But our main resource is going to be our farm.
Yeah. Try to get. I don't think possums should count.
No, we're not going to count possums in a raccoon goal.
No, but I would count them. I would count them. Not towards my goal, but I definitely count them.
Just count them.
I say we're gonna catch.
How many skunks do y'all normally catch a year?
What did you catch? 35?
I caught 35 last year.
I think I was around 53, something like that, 54. So
I do a lot more of my trapping later in the year, so it's kind of hard for me to get that many skunks. I want to catch one in a pocket set this year. I think that'd be the coolest. I don't think it'll happen, but
I caught a coyote in one.
I'm gonna guess 58. That's my guess.
I'm just trying to figure out how determined are you boys? How early are you going to get up to check these before school or after school or?
Before school, I would have to get up at 5. Actually.
Yeah, we leave at 7 in the morning. So
You plan on doing it after class?
I mean, in my opinion, the most humane thing to do is get up in the morning. But
yeah, on dog proofs, you shouldn't really worry about causing them any pain. There's no.
Yeah.
It's not inhumane if you're waiting. But I'm just trying to figure out what your guys' plan is and your strategy for that.
See, last year we weren't really being very efficient because we only trap on the weekends and then we'd pull them and then set them out the next weekend.
We'll probably leave them out all year then.
Yeah.
And just trap off and on.
So you're basically just trapping them on the weekends then when you had the free day.
Yeah, or just whenever we were off school.
Right. That makes sense.
Last year we started a 4-day week, and that helped us a little bit. So we could trap 3 days instead of just 2.
So something to think about. Maybe on the weekends you do, or when you're off school, you run the full line, but during classes, maybe you just have 15 traps or 20 traps to check in the morning.
And then you could leave those other traps out and come back in the next weekend, reset them.
Yep. You wouldn't even have to pull them.
Because you only have a couple checks on them. They won't be burnt.
Yeah. And that's what I would do if you have the weekend you're starting on Thanksgiving. Set it all. And then come, when you go back to school, snap everything off. Don't pull it. Since you're on private ground, I really wouldn't worry about it. Leave what you want set, the 10 to 20 traps, whatever you guys are comfortable with.
So just like 10, 15, 20 of the best traps we got, or that we think.
Probably, or I would almost do 10 or 15 in a close area.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
yeah. So it's
concentrate your time
easier.
versus spreading out a trap here and one here and then one up
Yeah.
here and over here.
That makes more sense.
You know, and that's kind of how I do it. If you got it all set, let's set this backwards in the camera. It's bugging me. If you set this little pocket during this week, okay, then maybe the next weekend you can set this little pocket, or weekday, I should say, and just alternate through it. But yeah, I would definitely, running a full line, because what do you say you've got now? 50 traps, 55?
50, yeah, 55,
Probably
50.
54, 55, yeah.
So that's probably too much to run with school. If you're wanting in the morning, I would say 15 traps in the
I
morning.
used to run 60 before high school.
Yeah,
every
but
day.
you're also driving. And
I was in the
everything
road
else.
ditches though.
Yeah.
So it depends on how close you guys can set. I mean, there's so many variables with everything you do trapping
Right.
related. I mean, it really just depends. But I'd say time yourself whenever you check it when you're not in school. Time yourself just so you know.
Yeah.
If you got, say, 2 hours or an hour and a half or whatever, then you kind of know how far you can get on that first check if it's on the weekend. That's how I would do it. I was always the dumb high schooler who'd wake up at like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning and run traps and be late to class. So don't be like I was. Don't be like that.
What do you use to ditch patch your animal?
I use pellet pew pew. It's the 1,200 feet per second air gun. Works really good. I just got a pistol that I'm probably going to use too. But
me and Austin, we use 22 pistol.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
CB shorts.
Rough Rider.
CB shorts they're pretty cheap and they're really good. Or not cheap, actually nothing's cheap now.
Yeah. No, they work just fine. It's just in Iowa we can only shoot a firearm within. We have to be a certain distance away from houses. As you guys, I'm sure you've seen in my stuff, I said a lot of stuff close to houses. So legally, I would not be able to dispatch a coon with a pistol right there. So it kind of just opens up more area using the pellet gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's quiet.
Yeah, I'm thinking about. I got this one that broke. I had this bipod that came with it, and it broke. So I was just thinking about getting a piece of rebar or something and zip tying it to it, like I was talking about earlier.
Yep, I basically did the same thing.
Show him real close.
He has a GoPro.
Oh, you have one like this?
Yeah, I got something pretty similar to that. Yep. Yeah, you can just zip tie it to a rebar stake or anything like that.
Didn't this broke, right?
Yeah, I don't even
know how it broke. Forgot how it broke.
No, that'll work good. Just make sure you zip tie it on there pretty good. I found that out the hard way. Actually, when I first did mine, I think I broke it off in like 5 locations, beaver trapping, and then I had it on the chesty again. So make sure you get it on there good. But it worked. Okay. It worked just fine.
Yeah.
Oh, let's not make fun of Iowa anymore.
Yeah, better stop.
Yeah, I heard my name. Don't do what Iowa does, is all I heard.
No, I said don't do what I did. I'm talking about trapping in high school.
Oh, yeah.
He's talking about getting up at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, and then still being late for class.
Yeah.
My first class was a study hall, though. It was planned for a reason.
Yeah, I have Ag's first hour.
And that's something as you guys get older, being now the old man in here since your dad's gone, because he's definitely older. Honestly, focus with school, guys. I gave him the same lecture when I met him because ultimately that's what's going to take you places in life. I'm so glad you guys love trapping and keep it up. Don't wear yourself so thin that your schooling slips. I always tell people to push themselves, and I want you guys to push yourselves to be better trappers. But ultimately, that school's number one. That's what's got to come first. So it's a fine line. I'm almost kind of in the same boat as you guys, only instead of school with family. I push myself as hard as I can, but I can't let my family suffer either. So, it's a tough balance, boys, and you guys will have to figure out what balance works for you. It all depends on what you guys want to do and how hard you want to push. And I'm excited to see it, though. I'm excited to see what you guys do.
Yeah, I'm excited for trapping season.
You guys are gonna have to probably tell me, if you got a really good video to watch, because during season, I don't watch a whole lot, just because go all the time, and it's normally January through April when I start catching up on stuff. But if you guys have a really good one, I definitely I'll check it out. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I'd like
What's
to skin if we catch a pretty good nice coon, it'd be pretty cool to skin one.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do a lot more skinning this year, unfortunately.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, that sucks. We'll figure it out. We always do.
Now you're in my boat. No one to help you.
Yeah. But you also have all evening to do it too.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
I actually have help. The gut for the first 2, possibly 3 days. So that's going to be huge for me. Just that initial stupid amount of raccoons having help to do it's going to be pretty nice.
And that's what you boys will notice too. That first, are you guys planning when you split this all 55 at once?
What'd you say? Setting all 55 at once, you said?
Yeah.
Probably, I guess.
So what I would do, especially, is your dad gonna be riding with you, or is it you two riding alone?
It'll either be Dad or Papa, my grandpa.
Okay. So what I would suggest, and even for you guys, venture on private ground, maybe the weekend before season. I think you can. Well, your guys' coon season's technically year round, isn't it?
You say it's set year round, you said?
Your coon season is year round, isn't it?
No.
I thought they extended it.
It's there's this early season where you can catch like stuff and like
Oh, that's right.
There's like you can't catch like coyotes and stuff.
Right.
But it's like your possums, coon, and skunk. I think it's I know it's August 1st to like maybe it's October 15th, I think. And then there's a window between that and then the big trapping season.
Gotcha.
And then I think ours ends like I want to say April 15th was when it ended last year.
Okay.
Here, I'll look that up. I don't.
Well, I think I would suggest for you boys, before season gets here, I don't know if you can pre-stake or not. We talked about that once.
Here, I'll look that up.
No idea.
But
So
what's that, bud?
I got all my traps ready and stuff.
Traps are ready. That's a huge plus. What I would suggest for you guys is to go out and find at least the 55 locations where you want to put these traps. Because you don't want to be doing that on setting day. Just like with us scouting and mapping things out, you want to know exactly where you're going to put these. Whether that means you go take like a orange flag and put it in the ground since you're on your own private ground, or just memorizing it. But find these 55 locations so that first day, all you have to do is go set them.
So it says we can set traps must be placed set for fur bears at 12:01 a.m. on November 15th.
Okay.
And then it said must be removed by midnight of the last day of trapping season.
I checked the date on that. I don't know when that is.
The only thing I need now is a bag of cat food.
Yeah.
I got 8 of them.
Yeah, wasting all that money on them lures. You ain't got no money for cat food.
I got $9 for cat food.
So the 15th is a Wednesday. Are you guys going to be starting that following Saturday, the 18th? That's the weekend before Thanksgiving.
Probably. I'll look when our trapping season starts. I'm guessing it's probably a week after.
Well, if you can set traps the 15th, I'm guessing that's when it opens up for you guys. Cole, you're doing a lot of yawning, buddy.
Yeah,
His allergies are kind
acting
of
up
bad
bad.
right now.
I gotcha.
I have pollen allergies, which is with like maple trees.
Yeah, that's too bad. I remember you saying that last time.
My eyes, it really affects my eyes.
So yeah, blackjack.
All right, so yeah, we don't. So it's November 15th is whenever it opens up.
Okay. So I would ask you, I would start making a plan right now. Is you guys planning on that weekend, the 15th? Are you going to set a few on the 15th? What are you guys wanting to do?
I mean, I'd really like to start setting traps the first day, but just with school, I don't know if we can or not. But
Right. And that's the thing to think about, Do you want to wait till that weekend? Or are you going to wait till Thanksgiving weekend when you have a longer weekend? What?
yeah,
And that's something to think in too. You guys have family Thanksgiving, I'm sure. You don't want to be setting 55 traps and be late to Thanksgiving. Trust me, you'll never hear the end of that one.
Works for me.
Yeah.
Well, the one thing I would say though is if you guys aren't gonna set traps on the 15th, you got Wednesday and Thursday. Say you can even get 10 traps a day pre-staked or whatever after you get back from class. That's going to put you, by the time you're setting Friday, you're already going to have 20 traps in the ground. Boom, there you go, and then you can set the rest of them.
Yeah.
But that'll put you just a little bit further ahead, and a little bit goes a long ways.
Because staking those 20 traps, here's how I look at it. To find the locations, say 50 locations, to find them, to stake that trap, and to set that trap, say it's going to take, I'm just ballparking, say 6 hours. If you go ahead and find those 50 locations, that's 4 hours out of it. But if you do that ahead of time, that's 4 hours that's done and over with. Now, if you stake those traps, that's an hour and 45 minutes of it. Now, if you have them, you figure out where you want to go, they're in the ground. When you guys start trapping, you could literally go through, granted you're on a side-by-side, so it's a little different, but you could literally drive through and set those traps, I'd almost guarantee you within an hour, all 55. On 640 acres,
Oh, yeah.
I'd guarantee it. Just don't let your dad drive. But that's what I'm saying is by doing that, you can be so prepared for when you are actually trapping, do your homework ahead of time, especially finding where you want to, because that's going to take forever. I mean, I found 65 locations today, and I drove for 3.5 hours, and I bet 45 of them came in the first half hour. So I drove around for almost 3 hours and found 15 locations because I didn't know where I was going. It was all new to me. I had no idea what areas were what. So knock that stuff out ahead of time. I want you guys to succeed, but I think you're going to have to put in the homework beforehand to know where these traps are going.
Yeah. What kind of cat food do you use? Just regular cat food?
Yeah, I use gourmet cat food from Walmart. I'm lazy. I have them shipped to me. So
I buy like a bag about that big.
you're backwards too. You're backwards on the screen also. Yeah, and that'll work for you guys. Might have to get 2 of them throughout the year, maybe 3 even. But
Yeah, I was saying buy 2 at one time.
So how do you pronounce the stuff you put in your cat food, Next Gen? How do you
Pure
pronounce
anise.
it? Anise? Yeah,
You
Dad
should
calls it
go
anise
for it.
oil.
You had to go there, Austin.
I'm telling you right now, people make fun of the name all the time, but I promise you there's been guys killing coons with that since anyone can remember coons being killed. It's kind of an old school thing, really.
Right.
I love it though, man.
Here,
Mom's texting.
this tells you how much I bought so many baits. I bought so many baits that I got a free T-shirt from someone.
Nice.
PA, I don't think they're flushing and boarding. I think they're sowing green. Am I right, guys?
Yeah.
I bought baits from this one person.
What was the one person? I bet you describe them, and I'll bet you I know who it is.
It was MB. It was MB.
MB.
Minnesota brand.
Oh, yeah. I'll bet they had a big variety of all kinds of traps and lures and baits. They probably had 10 tables.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
It was
he had
like
three
he was
big
like
ones.
all the way down this one side of the building.
Yeah, it's like a store.
Yeah.
I bought several. I feel like I'm gonna mix
Colt had a
Logan.
whole like a Walmart sack just full of baits and lures.
I'm gonna mix Loganberry with cat food
There you go.
and see how that goes.
Yeah, try it, man. I use straight cat food. He spices his up. There's no right or wrong answer. His probably's got a little more attraction to it. I just, in my neck of the woods, I just don't do it. And I mean, I'm working on some stuff. I'm going to try experimenting this year, but yeah, I mean, figure out what works for you guys.
Do what works best for you.
Yeah.
And I bought some sweet flog. I'm gonna mix that with cat food too to make like a sweeter cat food.
Yep. Hey, Ellen. Hey, Mama. How you doing?
And then maybe some less strong and see really who or which one is better.
PA, we just found the first persimmons on our farm last week. And we ate a green one, and that is an experience you'll never forget. Have you all ever eaten
A lot of them in life.
Yeah.
It locks your jaw.
Yeah, I just my gums and my whole mouth just went numb.
This wasn't a certain type of like ditchweed, was it?
No, there's some persimmons.
I've
And
never
then we ate a ripe
I
one.
either.
It tasted
I
like
don't even know
candy.
what a persimmons is.
And then we ate a ripe one and it tasted like candy.
Yeah, the ripe persimmons was good.
What is it? Is it on a tree?
Yeah,
Yeah, about that big.
it's about. Yeah, it's a little bigger than a grape, I'd say.
Quarter
A lot
size?
bigger than grape.
It's in between a grape and an orange, I'd say. That's a big difference, but
Yeah, it really is. That's like, man, it's a little bigger than my minivan, but smaller than an 18-wheeler. So
It's like elephant and rabbit. So that's like saying elephant and rabbit.
PA says it's a fruit that coyotes are attracted to.
Deer love them.
So was it pretty easy getting on the StreamYard or whatever? Was it
Yeah, it
pretty
really wasn't bad.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be able to do it. I can guarantee you that. But he figured.
So
it
I
out.
was more high tech than you?
Absolutely.
Believe it or not, yeah.
He spends a lot more time editing film than I do.
Oh, that's right. You say you didn't even watch it before you
I
put it
used
all
to
together
have an old
earlier.
YouTube channel, and
Yeah.
I didn't even do anything to it.
Yep, I just shoot the, which I think it's faster for me too to do it that way. But
It is,
I
for
am
sure.
I am gonna miss that cubby of quail or longbeard or whatever. But I don't know.
Yeah, that's one thing we're definitely different on. But that's all right.
I'd say we're different on more than one thing. But
Yeah, that's fair.
did you post that?
Not yet.
I know you only use cat food, but what's your favorite lure for coyotes and stuff?
Actually, good question, buddy. So I'm going to be venturing into coyotes a little more this year.
See, we're
Because-
opposite.
I haven't done much for it, but this year I am getting some private ground. I'm going to get in some, hopefully put some footholds on some coyotes, and don't quote me on this because I am not a good coyote trapper, guys, but it all comes down to what you have success with, you stick with. I'm a big fan of that Mighty Mouse from Blackie's Blend. They don't even make it anymore, but a lot of guys still have it laying around. I love it because I caught like my first 3 coyotes on it. So it's kind of like with you, Austin, whatever you start driving, if you drive a Chevy or Ford and it lasts you a long time, you're going to love it. If it breaks down, you're going to hate it. And for life, you're going to hate that model or brand. That's just kind of how life goes with us. You know, and that's for me, like, I love that Mighty Mouse. And I actually bought some to use this year. So we'll see. I've got a few other things to try too, but I'd say more importantly for you boys, if you're going after any coyotes, is location. That will be
That's what matters the most.
yeah.
So, like, more property, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, we're not gonna venture into coyote trapping at least until we try to hit our goal. We're definitely our main goal this year is coons.
May I ask you why you're not going to go into coyotes until you hit that?
Just because we don't have location for a whole lot of locations for coyotes. We
I'll
can't
tell you
trap.
what,
We can't use footholds on our farm.
You can't use footholds on the farm?
Yeah, my great grandpa won't let us.
Okay. That makes sense then. That's fair.
Yeah.
I was going to say 640 at the river bottom. Man, you have coyote heaven probably.
Probably bobcats. Yeah.
Probably a lot of bobcats.
I don't think I've ever seen a bobcat in real life.
I'll bet they're there.
Yeah, we got a bobcat hanging on our living room at my dad's shop.
Ty, I do not.
And with the other 13 deer.
13.
13.
Yeah, it seems like there's that many.
Yeah.
Do any of them have antlers that are wider than your dad's head?
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
all of them. Or not, none of them. None of them.
I was gonna say that's a heck of a deer. You're talking about a 30-inch size spread.
About 200.
He actually did kill a pretty big one.
Yeah. He
Good.
killed 179 2/8 is the biggest
That's a
one.
good deer. That's a real good deer. He's a deer guy.
He's got me beat.
I find it boring.
Man, he's got me beat.
Wait, don't you like?
What's your biggest deer?
I killed 177 and an eighth was my biggest, and then I got a 174 and a 165 are my top 3.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
beat.
those are all really big deer.
They were all in the last 4 years. The one year when I messed up my leg really bad, I had a deer I was hunting that ended up scoring 182 or 184. My dad ended up shooting it 2 days after I got knee surgery.
Yeah, this deer's broken off in several places, or it probably would have scored about 82, 84.
Oh wow,
Hmm.
it's a real big deer.
And then my grandpa shot, how long ago that been? 4 or 5 years?
Mhm.
He shot a 172 and 5/8 or an 8.
You guys get real good.
It's wide. Yeah, but we haven't killed a big deer since then. So
Right. Yeah, I'm sure they're there.
Blue tongue got us good because
Got a lot.
all our somewhat big deer just disappeared.
How do you starting to get into like cat food?
How do I start getting into liking cat food?
Or how did you start liking to get into cat food for using
He
it?
eats a little bit of it himself. He
Yeah.
taste tested it.
Yeah, no. So actually, I don't know if I've ever shared this story. So when I first started really getting into the road lining or trying to grow my trapping career, I had a buddy from work. He told me these dog-proof things, man, they're awesome. They were great. And I'd never even bought one, never used one before in my life. And we went to Columbia. I'll never forget this. We went to Columbia, Missouri for, I think it was the Nationals. And I bought 24 dog-proofs. And I worked nights at the time. So I stayed up after work, drove to his house, and we drove straight there. So I was up for like 30 some hours, and we're driving back home. And I'm talking to him. And I'm like, Palmer? I look over, and he's sound asleep driving 80 mile an hour down the road. And I'm like, Palmer's like, yeah, what? Like nothing ever happened. I ended up driving most of the way home. But anyway, he's the one that convinced me to buy these dog proofs, said they're great. I said a dozen dog proofs that fall, and he told me cat food and fish oil. Cat food and fish oil. That's all you need. So I bought both and set them, and I'll never forget looking at those things on opening day with cat food in them. I said, "There's no way in heck this is gonna work. This is the most ridiculous thing." And it was a dozen traps, and I think I had 8 coon. And from then on, it was just let's buy as many of these as we can.
Yeah. All right. I'll be looking for. I've only seen one persimmons on
The
the
next time
farm.
I'm at Dollar General, I'm gonna buy some more cat food.
You might honestly, if you can, I would buy a bigger bag. It'd be a lot cheaper than several little ones.
Yeah.
Spend it once. You could probably buy a 30-pound bag and it'll last you guys all season.
Yeah.
I
How
got
high do you fill your traps up roughly? Like right above the trigger, or just
all the way.
all the way?
So do I. There's it's your own preference. I mean, some people tell you barely to the trigger. I've had one person tell me he put 6 pieces in exactly. And I mound it. I mean, it's overflowing and I've got 20 pieces on the ground, and but that's me. I mean,
Half the time I can't even get it in the trap. There's more on the ground there is in the trap.
cone your hand around it.
Okay.
Basically,
Oh,
So like just this and then
splash zone here.
wait, actually, here we go. My daughter's Jack's container. When I'm filling that up, I'm taking my hand over the top of it and using it as like a funnel. That works really, really well. It doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, yeah, you're going to spill some, but I don't care personally. It doesn't bother me at all.
I normally put 10 or 15 pieces on the ground.
Yeah. And I wouldn't get too carried away with exact amount. Just,
Just
fill it up wherever you're comfortable with. Well, fellas, it's been an hour and 45 minutes almost.
it hasn't seemed that long.
Does it? Seems like
No.
25, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
These lives get fun, but
I can feel it's been that long.
yeah, that's crazy how fast it flies by.
Well, I was trying to think of a question. I had just had a question and then I forgot about it. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, I think. Oh, to answer that question, I think next gen's going to propose in a couple years. So
What? How did that get brought up again?
I don't know.
What?
But hey, he admitted on Last Live, which is public, that I'm in his lineup.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think actually what I'm gonna do for the best man is I'm gonna have like 3 or 4 of my best friends, and you guys can just wrestle for who's gonna get it.
No, but yeah, give us all tasers. Last one standing's it.
Or I'll give you guys all one of those branding sticks for cattle.
Boy, that'd be great in the wedding. Also,
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You guys, I'm not the only one who's gonna remember this for the rest of my life.
Right. Why do you have Luke on your
forehead? That's
Yeah.
really weird.
for the rest of your life?
Oh,
Oh,
40 years ago.
Oh, I'm glad you guys are getting into this. I really hope you guys have a good success. And I
I'd
was really
say
hoping
we get to 100.
Oh, I figured out. I just remembered what it was. What do you put your cat food in to like dump it into your trap, like to carry around?
actually, my new and improved that next gen just dropped off to me.
He's
We
got these.
use Simply Orange.
We
bottles.
use these simply orange, these orange juice bottles.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I'm sure that works just fine.
Oh, that's cool.
About that tall.
So if you can't find this, I know shipping might kill you guys a little bit, but you can get a 32-ounce container with a lid about this size, and then you can just pour it in from that. But you want the bigger opening. That's the big thing.
Yeah, see, these openings are about that big.
Yeah, you'll
what
want
we
something
use
bigger
right
now.
Okay.
Because cat food clogs up so badly.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem I have. And plus, my bait's kind of sticky, right? Because what I put in it, I mixed up just one thing. I'm just gonna try.
You might want to do the 32-ounce jar then, because it's cylinder cone the whole way to the lid. There's no getting wider down below it.
Yeah.
Lori, it's always fun. These kids are awesome. I'm so happy that they're getting into this.
Man, I'm still so mad that this is backwards. You have no idea.
I know. I don't like the backwards thing.
Yeah, I
Because
know.
normal lives, it's not. That's
You
weird.
go right and you go left.
It's just backwards to us because it's no on YouTube. It's mirrored, like it's flipped around. I think.
Yeah.
You go right and you go left, and then you
Yeah.
go left again. And you go
Because
right.
normally this is flipped around, but
Yeah, it just confuses me. But anyway, guys, it's been a lot of fun. We'll have to do this again.
yeah.
Hopefully once more, at least before season gets here for us. I know me and him are going to do these lives probably every Wednesday until season.
Until it gets haywire.
Until season, and then I'll talk to him about 5 minutes on the phone each day, and that's it. Because
Yeah,
How you doing? Good. How are you doing?
Good.
Good. Bye.
be careful. Bye.
Don't die today. Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. So
I hope. I feel like we're gonna get to 100 kids if we really try.
and that's going to be up to you boys.
And if the kids want to eat.
Yeah.
They always want to eat. I'll promise you that. Some nights more than others, but they will always want to eat. The big thing is, that 640. That's going to get you guys a lot of coon. I don't think it's going to get the 100. What do you think?
With the beans there, I'm a little worried about it. If it was corn, I'd be yeah. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I think you can take half your coons probably off of that.
Yeah,
I'd
pretty
say for
easy.
sure.
Yeah. We got my other grandparents' farm.
We might have to stay at farm and then go back to public and then go back to farm.
Right.
I have my farm traps painted yellow and then my public ground traps painted, or not even painted at all, just brown. Try to make them a little camouflage.
Right. And that'd be something to talk, with Dad driving and covering the gas bill for you guys. If you are going to go to those other farms, say Dad limits you guys to, all right, we're going to go to this farm 3 times and that's it. Do it early versus later. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh yeah.
Get them, hammer them early when everything's still moving before you get snow or any type of anything, because that's going to be your best bet.
And keep an eye on the weather.
Oh, hi, chicken.
We need to talk about that the next time we go live with these guys.
Yeah.
Kind of the ideal weather, like have traps out if it's 10 or 50,
Right.
have something.
So
You think what's the best weather to trap in?
Light rain,
a good front coming through,
40 to 45 or 50 degrees
fog
during the day.
Yeah, for a night low of 35, 30,
Just above
38.
freezing,
Overcast, light rain. I used to think full moon was perfect, and that's not it.
No, we've always
We said
never like this past year. We set on full moon and we didn't catch like anything.
we caught like one thing.
Oh yeah, I think the whole weekend we set for 3 days and we caught one coon the whole weekend.
Yeah, that's tough.
I wonder
But-
why they don't like moving on. Probably because it's wider.
I think they feel vulnerable. That light, they're not
Mhm.
safe.
Yeah, and then the next weekend I think we caught like
6
9. I
or
think
9, yeah.
5 the first day and then 2 the next 2 days after that.
So I want to challenge you boys to start finding these locations that you want to set on. And next time we talk, I want to hear what you're anticipating for the first day's catch of what you think you want to do, to be on track. And then I want to kind of hear more of a plan. Come up with a plan. Talk to your dad about, transportation and what he's willing to do. But I'd love to see a plan, because now is the time. If you're going to hit 100, you got to start now.
Yeah.
Bottom.
Oh yeah.
Trappin season started yet?
No, it starts the 15th
Oh.
of November.
That's my garage door. I better cut this out of here, guys. My family's home now, so I gotta other priorities to do. So,
Yeah.
but it's been a lot of fun, guys, and we'll do this again here shortly.
Absolutely.
So,
Yep. Y'all take care, boys.
All right.
Okay.
See y'all later. Thanks
See
for
ya.
talking
thanks for
with
coming
me.
in, guys. Thanks for the chat. It's been fun, but we are rolling out of here. So, good
All
luck,
right.
boys.
See ya.
Okay,
See y'all
thank
later.
you.
Bye.
Bye.